here is Lindsey Graham basically announcing, we don't know who the nominee is. We don't care. It's Donald Trump's pick. We're going to vote in lockstep for him. And I'm going to give you a fake reason why I've gone back on my word.
Right. It's pretty obvious they want an outcome. They'll destroy anybody's life to keep these seats open. They said they tried to destroy Brett Kavanaugh so they could fill the seat. They were dumb enough to say that. I've seen this movie before. It's not going to work. It didn't work with Kavanaugh. We've got the votes to confirm Justice Ginsburg's replacement before the election. We're going to move forward in the committee. We're going to report the nomination out of the committee to the floor of the United States Senate so we can vote before the election. That's the constitutional process. After Kavanaugh, everything changed with me. They're not going to intimidate me, Mitch McConnell, or anybody else. I'm getting outraised 3-1, outspent 4-1. If you want to help me fight back, go to lindseygraham.com. $5 or $10 from half your audience would fill in the gap that I'm facing. But we're going to have a process that you will be proud of. The nominee is going to be supported by every Republican in the Judiciary Committee, and we've got the votes to confirm the justice on the floor of the Senate before the election, and that's what's coming.
I mean, you can't even say the name of the nominee because there isn't one yet. That's unbelievable.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's not unbelievable, but it is. I mean, that's it. That's the Johnny ball game, and he doesn't care about the hypocrisy. A reminder: we have him on tape reiterating his pledge not to have a vote before inauguration in this situation, like explicit. Mm-hmm. And he said this after the Kavanaugh hearing, when he found out how despicable Democrats.
Why should we even entertain this? I mean, we all know the game. We know, just like we know neoliberals don't care about certain things with progressives and they're going to change their minds. Same thing. Why do we even entertain this? We should be focusing on the strategy to help us out, whether it's in the next 6 months or win this election. But I mean, like, cable news has been playing this over and over and over again. And now this is what people are focused on, rather than we have an election in 43 days, 44, whatever it is. And this is not, I mean, this isn't helping him win his race by playing that tape over and over. If anything, it's exciting folks who want that judge. It's just playing into his hand. I don't know.
We can't control what cable news does, and I can understand why that is it's a big story. I mean, it is a big story, and there's no news coming out of the campaigns really. I mean, that is the look. The Biden campaign has said this is going to be a referendum on Donald Trump, and everything in their campaign is structured to lay low, make no news, essentially. And that no news means, like, make it not be news that I'm not doing anything too. So I'll do just enough so that it's not a story that I'm not doing anything. But this is the strategy, exclusively a referendum on Donald Trump. The problem is, we've been saying this all along, is that you cannot control external events. And the problem now, if you are just doing a passive campaign, and you're just making it a referendum on Donald Trump, you have no way to pivot off of things. You have no way, if it starts going in a direction you don't like it, if the coverage starts becoming only about Donald Trump providing promise made, promise kept, because you have designed your campaign to create no attention, you don't have the ability to divert the story.
That's right.
And this is the dilemma that Biden has. Now, it may work. It may work. Or it may not. And this is the problem.
There is an opportunity. I mean, like you said, there is an opportunity to throw these attacks out now. I mean, if anything, if I were Jamie Harrison right now, I would ignore that tape.
She's
He's the candidate against
Jamie Harrison.
Jamie Harrison. He's the candidate. He's counsel to the DNC.
South Carolina, right.
South Carolina, exactly. I would be using every opportunity to remind folks about every failure, because all eyes are on Lindsey Graham right now. Forget about that tape. Who cares about the tape? It's not going to help him. But he should be using this opportunity now that Jamie Harrison is, or that Lindsey Graham is the center of it all, to remind folks how much he has hurt South Carolina. So use that opportunity.
But I think for Jamie Harrison is the one person who actually can benefit from that tape, because this is the ad writes itself. What else? Lindsey Graham is so in the pocket of Donald Trump, and then you play the contrasting. Sure. What else is he doing instead of working for South Carolina? That's the way.
It's a reminder about the judges, and this is South Carolina, and Jamie Harrison's trying to win over the centrist Republicans. It's someone said to me, I was in Missouri, and I was talking to someone about Cori Bush's race, and everyone thought Cori was going to lose. And a really smart guy in politics who's involved locally said to me, her opponent, Lacey Clay, kept sending out these mailers saying, which seemed to be attacks. She's a nurse who hasn't paid her registration fee. But all people saw was she's a nurse. And I forgot what the other one was. There was another thing similar to that where it was like, she's a pastor without a church, which is very common in Missouri. And all people saw in a very religious district was she's a pastor. So if you're attacking him on this ad, all they're going to hear is Supreme Court Republican, that's important.
Right. Interesting.
You got to divert, like you said, you have to have a basis to divert the attention to another attack. And if Biden doesn't have that basis because he's MIA right now, it's going to be very hard to remind folks that 200,000 people have died as of today in America because of the failures of Donald Trump. You have to have that basis. And right now, he doesn't have the basis because he literally doesn't even have the base. He doesn't have a base. He should send out his surrogates on TV to talk all day long because Donald Trump is going to be so focused on the Supreme Court, he's not even going to use his energy to swipe back, which was their whole fear all along. They can throw everything at him right now if they have that base.
Right. And on some level, he needs to, it sounds like he needs to come out with a new plan, at least to get some attention, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but they need to come out with something that says, we're going to address, even if it's implicit, we're about to lose our health care because of the court. We're going to address that now. Or, that's the most obvious one, it seems to me. But, brutal.
That's right. I think that's the perfect ad, by the way. You go into those states and where the ACA is popular. Remember all those Republicans, Kentucky? I forgot what the other states were. Go in there and say, you're about to lose your health care.
Right. Donald, and I think the issue, you make it less about, and just to be clear, the idea is you make it less about the process and more about the results.
Right.
Donald Trump is going to get his pick. That means you're going to lose health care.
Or even less about Trump, less about the pick. Who's the Senate? Who's the candidate you're running against?
Well, yes, in the Senate races, yes, of course. If I'm running for Senate, I'm just talking about, this guy's helping Donald Trump win and you lose. That's basically it.